Hello and welcome back to 18 WJTS in.form. We are here once again with Kyle Rupert, the Executive Director of the Jasper Community Arts Center, and we're glad to have him back. We were actually just at the Arts Center at the VUJC campus to host Country Showdown, and you were there as well.
Yeah, it was great. It was my first opportunity being able to serve as a judge, and really a lot of talented people and groups that came through. It was a fun night.
Yes, it was my first time at a showdown ever, which, if you can believe that, I really enjoyed it. There was so much talent. A lot of people were able to play their own instruments, and those who weren't, the house band did a great job backing them up. 86 was great.
Yeah.
So it was definitely, you could feel the good energy in the auditorium and whatnot, and all that great stuff. And we're ready to put the Country Showdown to rest for this year on our side as the company. So all good things.
Yeah.
I was just curious, as judging, what kind of made you or led you to pick that winner? Kind of, was there something that stood out compared to others with stuff like that?
You know, everybody was really talented. Of course, as judges, we're given multiple categories with which to judge, and then to assign a score. You know, the winner, I think it was Tony Patrick.
Yes.
There was a vocal quality, and there was a charisma to him, and he really was able to get the audience engaged. Singing Reba and singing Michael Jackson back to back is not easy. And you know, Michael Jackson's not a country artist, but he did add some countrified elements, I thought, to the song that he selected from there. And then his original song was I thought, well done. So you know, all of that I think led to my thought as far as where he should place. And then ironically, all of the judges felt similarly. So it wasn't a heated discussion backstage. We all came backstage and thought and shared notes and realized that we had all picked the same person.
So it's not as tense as some people might have assumed. Like we were waiting out there, and 86 was doing a great job performing, but you know, I thought the tension was backstage, so it wasn't as cutthroat as one might seem.
You know, I think if there was any, it was just, you know, second through fourth or maybe fifth were a lot closer. And so that was where there was more discussion and judges explaining, well, here's why I did this, or here's why I put this score down. But it was not easy because everyone was really talented.
Yeah, you had definitely a hard task to deal, but everything turned out amazing, and it was a great show. So we want to thank you, of course, for being a judge and your continued support for all of our stations and whatnot, and all kinds of good stuff. And with that thread, we got to see your almost done renovations of the lobby at the Jasper Arts Center. Yeah,
so we've been the Jasper Lumber has been working since December, and we're very close. Just a few minor things that need to get either fixed or addressed, some lettering that needs to be added in some places, but it's a totally revamped lobby space. That lobby was constructed in 1983, and hadn't seen much done to it since then. So we have a whole new concession area. We've got more comfortable seating than what we had before, more space for people. Although people were so excited about Showdown yesterday and getting their seat that we had this extra space for people to spread out in, but everyone was dead set on standing in line because they wanted to get their seat. So that was funny.
I think it was like right when the doors opened, right after 5:30, people were just in and I was like, oh, this is my cue to go into the less crowded space. But it's great. It's very expansive and open, and you get to it's almost like a great conversational space too. But
I think it'll serve well. I didn't get a chance to go out there during intermission, but I think it would probably serve well during intermissions.
Yes.
We added restroom capacity, which hopefully helped with intermission. I wasn't sure. I didn't get a chance to see how long the line was, but hopefully it wasn't too long.
There was definitely some people trickling down to the more handy-capable area down in the lower level, but then I was working, so I was all around. But upstairs, it was packed, but that's good because that was where everyone got to meet their family members, get to talk with some people. So it's definitely a great space, and it looks wonderful so far. Just some finishing touches, so we're excited to kind of see how that develops and it gets personalized and all that good stuff. So then also we've got Michelangelo coming up soon, right?
Yeah, so we have a special exhibit coming to the Cultural Center. These are life-sized reproductions of the frescoes at the Sistine Chapel. Including the infamous piece where Michelangelo laid on his back and painted the ceiling. But what they've done is the Vatican had those pieces touched up years ago. Mm-hmm. And at the time, once that was completed, they took high-resolution photos for archival purposes. Mm-hmm. They put it in a vault. And this group came to them and said, we'd really love to share this with the world, people who can't get here to see it. We have this technique that'll let us print those images onto a fabric material that will recreate the texture and the resolution, or maintain the resolution. Mm-hmm. And the Vatican, they got approval from the Vatican. They got all these pieces printed, and now for venues that are able to accommodate them and are interested, they travel the world with this exhibit, and we're very excited. June 28th is when it opens.
All right.
It'll be here for 4 weeks, and tickets are just $10. Kids 12 and under can get in for free, and they are daily passes, so it's not a have to be here from 1 to 1:30 kind of thing. You can come and you can be there the whole day if you want, or anytime during the day.
It's going to be set up at the atrium at the Cultural Center, right?
Yeah, there's a large space in the middle between where the library sits and where the galleries sit, and we call it the atrium, as you said, and that's where it'll be set up because the largest piece, Genesis, spans 82 feet or somewhere like that, so it'll be spread out on the floor, and then folks will be able to walk around it.
Yeah, so a lot of this, it's more of like a walking immersion, and you don't have to travel across countries to go visit it.
Right.
And it's at a wonderfully discounted rate, and kids are able to get it 12 and under for free.
12 and under for free, yep. Yeah. And we're excited. We're able to do that $10 ticket with the support from United Cabinet Foundation, and Dean and Ellen von der Heide both contributed greatly to us being able to bring something like this in.
Yeah, and it's not outside, and it's in air conditioning.
That's right.
So we're getting into the heat of summer. I think we got a taste of the hot and humidity last week, so having a indoor exhibit that's not only going to educate, but it's inside is always a great thing for summertime.
Yep.
So the Jasper Arts Center has your upcoming season finally announced. We kind of teased it last time you were here, but I'd love to hear about what's coming up. It's very exciting.
Yeah, so we just announced our performance season at the Arts Center, and we've got 12 shows lined up starting this September. Highlights would include Diamond Rio, so any country music fans are probably familiar with their music and what they've done in their careers. And then we've also got something a little new for us, but Disney legend and Broadway star Lea Salonga is coming in April. She won a Tony for her role in Miss Saigon. She was the first Asian American actress to play critical roles in Les Mis. And then she also is the singing voice of Mulan and Princess Jasmine from the Disney animated films, Mulan and Aladdin. Yeah. So she'll be in Jasper in April 6th, so we're very excited to have her here. And then the entire lineup is filled with incredible performers and performances. We're currently renewing season packages now.
Yeah.
But then coming up in July, folks can start buying tickets for the first time. First packages, and then in August it'll be individual tickets.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
How can we fully get immersed in all the different performances? Because there's so much going on for all ages, too.
Yeah. And the show's we've got everything. I mentioned Diamond Rio and Lea Salonga. We've got classics like A Christmas Carol, and we've got, for the young and the young at heart, we have a show called Popovich Comedy Pet Theater, where he's got trained animals, including cats, that do a variety of stunts and antics. So it should be fun.
Yeah, so if anyone wanted to research tickets or specifically kind of get in the mood for your season, everything's on your website, right?
Yes, jasperarts.org. It's got information on the Michelangelo exhibit, on the performances, rentals, workshops, you name it.
Yeah, all good things. Kyle, do you have a specific performance you're really looking forward to?
Yeah, that's a really good question. There is a group coming in called the Black Market Trust, and they're playing at the Astra on November 17th. We've looked at them for a while. They're incredibly talented and fun, and so I'm excited for them to come to our community and perform in that space. So I think that'll be a really fun show.
I mean, I've not heard of them, but that's not saying much at all because I live under a rock half the time. But that sounds like a really exciting opportunity, and again, I think what makes the Jasper Community Arts Center so unique is that you're constantly switching up your venues so that there's a different experience at each one. So having the variety of events along with that just makes it for a great time for all kinds of people.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else we need to kind of talk about before we wrap up today in this June edition?
I think we covered it all for now.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of discussion, but again, it's summertime and the Arts Center is always up to some good stuff. So It's very exciting to have you here as per usual.
Yep. Thank you.
And thank you so much again for hanging out with us again for the second day in a row.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much at home for watching. You have been watching 18 WJTS in.form. And again, if you want to visit the Jasper Community Arts website, they've got all kinds of details and information and event dates and all that stuff. And we are local people watching local people.